So I know I jumped ahead a little bit. I I apologize. But I did get the sky covered. I don't know if the camera's picking it up again, but we do have a variety of color in the sky. The sky is cobalt blue, raw umber, titanium white, yellow ochre. Um, uh, yeah, that's it. Leaving a bit of the wash-in showing through in very small areas. Well, rather, I washed in the sky, so we don't have that bright orange showing through too much. But, you know, leaving the next layer sort of showing a bit. Not into these bushes. And I'm not painting very definitively everything that's going to be going in here, but I'm trying to lay the groundwork a little bit. And they, for the most part, will be mauve, you know, they'll be cobalt blue, alizarin crimson, bits of raw umber, and heavy on the yellow ochre in a few spots. It's not going to be, this is not going to be the bulk of the color, these strokes. They're just there to remind me, when I do paint it in, that I would like to have a little bit of autumn color on these trees. The foreground trees, they're in the open. They've been blown clear of their foliage a long time ago. But there's still some stuff hanging in the trees in the distance. So that's kind of why I'm laying these strokes in. Just as a reminder. And I think it's not a bad idea. I know it's not a bad idea for me because I easily get too involved with the painting. I get my face up to it and I forget these little things that I want to do. And then later on, after I've painted the whole area, I think, oh darn, I forgot to do this, or I forgot to include that. And anyway, that's my reasoning. It works for me. That's enough. Now, these little bits have got a lot of cobalt blue. No, they've got a lot of yellow ochre and bits of alizarin crimson and some white. They're going to become a little more intense, but only in a few areas. So, okay, I've put my reminder in there. Now we've got something here. What is this? That's too much alizarin crimson. I don't want too much red in here. I'd like the painting to be fairly cool. Okay, let me wipe my brush. Please allow me to wipe my brush. I'm going to go in with a bit of a different mixture now. It's going to appear as a sort of a dirty green, cobalt blue, and burnt sienna. Burnt sienna. Okay, that's all right. Add a little bit of white to it. My white. I touch my white and a whole glob of it wants to attach itself to my paintbrush. Whereas with my alizarin crimson, I literally have to scoop it out of the pile or it doesn't want to have anything to do with my painting. Yeah, I'd like a little more green in that. That's going to work. It's another fun part, you know? You kind of, it's like you're playing with crayons again. You've made your lines. I've got my lines in place. I would like to lay in some color, and this time I'm going to cut very cleanly around my lines. I don't want to have to, except for the odd stroke, I don't want to have to revisit this area very much. I'd like to be done with it once I'm finished this sort of, what, layer of paint, I suppose you'd say. So amongst these trees we have, you know, we have some purples, we have some mauves, we have some foliage that's still green, we have foliage that's leaning into the autumn colors. Just sort of a medley of colors back there. We'll have some yellow by the time we're done. And the shapes of our trees will have been well established. They'll be in line with what we're after. I'm trying to stay fairly loose. I don't want to get too persnickety about having perfect hard lines, or we'll end up with too much of a cartoon. I would still like to have a bit of a painterly look to it. And as always, I'm going to have to adjust a few things as we move forward. But you can see that these trees, they're in place, but they're pretty sloppy, you know? My last sort of cleanup will be cutting into the foreground trees, not laying the foreground trees over top of what's in the distance. You know, you end up with the illusion that you've laid the foreground trees over the background, but what you've actually done is you've cut into the foreground a little bit, or you cut into the foreground using the background, using the distance as a drawing tool for your foreground. I hope I'm being articulate enough when I say that. I hope it makes sense at least. Okay. So because we want all of these colors right across this band of bush, the lighter areas, darker areas, and clusters of color rather than just random specks, that's why I kind of go across the whole painting and lay in strokes. It's just easier than constantly changing your colors as you work your way across and cleaning your brush and having to rematch those colors that you already have on there. I don't want too much up top here. I really think that I would prefer to have more of the darker colors towards the bottom. going to keep playing with it, but as usual, I'm going to be dancing all over the place with it. So I just wanted to show you where I was coming from and where I'm going. Okay. We'll square off here briefly and also zoom in. Maybe you can see some variation in the sky a little more easily if we're zoomed in. It's not intense. It's not very dramatic. It's a gentle manipulation of color in there. So you see, we come into the foreground. We have, some purples, some mauves, some. They don't appear to be very yellow yet, but they will as the painting progresses. So some yellow ochre, representing some fall colors as we get closer. A little bit of greenery left back there, not a lot. And refining our shapes. Sorry for the jerky camera work, but I am a jerk. Yeah, now you kind of see the composition as a whole, more or less. At the moment we have this tree, Sorry, let me just back the camera up. I'm probably better standing in front of the camera and just pointing it out. We kind of have two goalposts here. This one and this one. If they were to remain in the same value, that would be a bad decision. A little too much symmetry going on here. This one's going to catch more light. This one's going to remain quite dark. So what we'll end up with is strength here, and then becoming weaker as we move off to the left, regarding the drama on this tree and probably this one as well. So that we actually have much more strength over here than we do over here. Okay. See you soon, guys. Have a good night.